G'day, welcome back to Goldson's Gold Making Weekly Recap, The War Within, episode 38. So, in the last week, I'm up 6,952,778 gold. My total gold earned since the launch of the War Within expansion is currently 11,177,701 gold. I've recorded 4,729 hours across 5 of my WoW accounts of in-game time, which means I've averaged 2.3k gold per hour. I successfully leveled 108 alts from level 70 to level 72, and I set up each with enchanting and alchemy. I used AI to help me decide what recipes I will be crafting as well, which was a good exercise for future expansions. I spent approximately 15 to 20 minutes per alt on the initial setup and subsequent patron order completion. In total, I roughly spent 36 hours over the past 7 days to achieve this goal. It's a slow process, but I believe it to be the most effective strategy. But all in all, I had a pretty full-on week as usual. Stay tuned for a more in-depth review on how I track my gold and how I spent my time in the game after the intro. G'day true seekers and confused admirers, Goldson here, showing you a different mindset regarding virtual wealth creation by setting goals, minimizing the distractions, the power of being focused and consistent. My goal for the War Within is to obtain 100 million gold. Join me on my adventure where I can impart knowledge and important life lessons that has made me the person who I am today. Yo, what's going on, boys? Goldson back here with another adventure updates. The weekly recap yet again. Every week, every 7 days on average, we do a video every week, and we try and keep. Well, I'm trying to keep the weekly recap somewhat small in time. I don't want it to be. Initially, it used to be really long, but now I'm trying to make it more of a recap more than a bloody thing. But anyway, I hope everyone's doing good. What is it today? The 13th of May already? Holy shit. We had a pretty killer weekend. We went out to the Banh Mi Festival here in Perth, Western Australia. It was awesome. The food was awesome. The line, it took an hour and a half to get a banh mi. But I guess the experience was in lining up and talking to people and touching grass. The weather was good. We had a good time. I had a good time. I got sunburnt a little bit. But yeah, overall, we had a really good experience going out. So it was really good to get out of the game and just experience, IRL for a little bit. But now we're back indoors and we've been busy all week. And this week, I've been busy. I've been setting up my new alt army. If you already know, I've got 2 accounts set up for alt army, and now I'm leveling a 3rd and 4th. So we've done 10 months to get the final 2. I don't think so. I reckon we can get the 2 new accounts set up before season 3, and the quicker we can accumulate materials to craft now and then hopefully sell later when the season 3 demand, because I really think season 3 is going to be a complete banger. It really is. So, but let's get into it. All right, so you can see here I've got a lot more shit that I crafted, and I couldn't do my fancy, this is how much I've crafted. Instead, I've gone a bit lazy this week and I've made it into like a 1-page thing, so you can sort of see what I've crafted. So what I crafted about 5.7 million gold worth of stuff. So that's as of half an hour ago, that's sort of the price of what I've crafted. And you can see this is in descending order. So we started off with the Authority of Depths. We have discontinued this a fair bit because we were only crafting Authority of Depths and Authority of Radiant Power, but now I'm still crafting those, but I'm not going full on into weapon crafting. I'm still going to craft those 2. Authority of Radiant Power overall does seem to be the flavor of the month, or the flavor of the season, because it gives you raw main stat. And in season 3, Authority of Radiant Power might actually surpass and be the top enchant. I don't know, but so far, Authority of Radiant Power is by far the most popular weapon enchant. But anyway, with Flask of Alchemical Chaos, we're still crafting a shitload of these. The price of these has come down a shitload. There's sub 500 gold now on NA, but we're still making, every time we craft Flasks of Alchemical Chaos, we're profitable. So you can imagine here we got 2,400. So imagine doubling that. So if we double it, we'll get at a low market rate, we're getting about 2.4 million, or say 2.5 million gold, you could say, revenue per week, which would be pretty nuts. And like, to be honest, I craft these flasks of alchemical chaos. The demand for these is intense. Like, I put the stuff on the auction house, it sells within the 12 hours. Like, it's crazy. Like, the amount of flasks that people go through, especially this one in particular, is crazy. Vantus runes, I'm still crafting these, but there's a but. I am going to discontinue inscription for concentration. I'm getting rid of it. I'm switching my 18 scribes into 18 alchemists, just purely because it's going to make it easier for me long term, just to have alchemy alts. Enchanting, I think that's what I'm going to do going forward. Crystallized augment runes, we are getting these from the patron orders from enchanting predominantly. We went through this list. So the list down here is like what I'm crafting now, and you can see the volume isn't as much, but like we're definitely diversifying away from 2 enchants. So now in 15 enchant market. So we got crystalline radiance on the chest, we got the 2 bracer enchants, leech and avoidance. Same with the cloaks. We're going with the cursed haste, we're going for the stamina on boots enchant. We got cursed radiant haste. We got more ring enchants than anything, because technically people tend to use ring enchants the most, purely because that's the one that the rings and the necks usually the ones that they tend to like fluctuate if there's simulations and stuff like that. But anyway, most people use gems and rings. We did think about going into jewel crafting, but we're not doing that this time around. No, we're not going to do it. Jewel crafting it's easy to get into, same as enchanting, I guess, but I feel like the demand for enchants is much more greater, but I could be shooting myself in the foot like that. Come season 3, everyone's getting bloody gems and all sorts of stuff. The gems could go up in value. I don't know. Only time will tell, but yeah, I've decided to go into enchanting instead. But yeah, that's a me choice. We did get some blastomites there, so we're getting the blastomites just from the alchemists passively. It's only 10.3k gold, but that's a free 10k gold, because blastomites production doesn't cost me anything at the moment, because it's literally free money printed out of thin air, just like the fiat currencies, you know. And we are allocating some enchanters to make the Algari ingenuity and the Algari resourcefulness, just to add in an extra market. But yeah, that's pretty much what I crafted, and I think going forward we might change this, or I don't know, we'll see. But let's have a look at the goal review. The goal review, we went hard. We sussed out a new old army professions on stream. Yeah, we did that. I was going through and just writing out the sale rates from TSM, region average sold, you know, like just working out like what people want, what people were using. And I used a bit of, and I did use the AI as well. Like I sort of roughly knew what I wanted to craft, but then I used the AI to help plan my 54 alts, I guess. Like, what is it, 54 alts? Yeah, 54 alts. These are the enchants I want to do. How many should I allocate to each enchanter? You know, like in terms of, and consider profitability is the end goal, and at the same time market diversification. So yeah, we worked that out. So that was fun. And work out a leveling plan and start the process. We pretty much did that. The leveling plan was pretty simple. It was like a 15-20 minute like introduction. So I had to go to Dornagal, delete all my quest log, delete all the stuff out of my bags, set my halfstone at dawn, and then fly straight over to the enchanting table, learn enchanting, and I'll first craft every recipe off the trainer, and I'll level up enchanting to the point where, and then I'll complete any patron orders. So from the first craft bonuses, I would unlock the deceptive decorations, which is this I don't know what they call, like a consumable that turns into another class or faction. I upgraded points into theirs just so I can easily complete the patron orders, because I need artisan security. I need 2,700 artisan security on each alt to be able all the rare tools, all the profession books, etc. Like, to get all set up properly, I need about 2,700 artisan security. So, and I need a lot of knowledge points. So we are doing patron orders as well. Then I'll go across to the alchemy table, craft alchemy stuff, first craft, level it up to a good level. Then I'll go to the consortium, get the weekly quest, go and do the consortium intro, which was an important one. The consortium intro on a brand new level 70 would give you 350 artisans acuity. So we did that. We did this all on stream. And then I checked out the alchemy table, and then I flew over to Dornagal. If you got renown 12, I got the alchemy book and the enchanting book for like, it's free if you've got acuity, but that's an extra 10 points. So I grabbed that, handed in the weekly, the weekly quest was to make 2 patron orders and alchemy, and so I did that, and then I made some more crafting. Basically all that shit was all rolled up into about 15-20 minutes per character. So I thought, okay, 20 minutes per character. I had 108 alts to do in the whole week, which was about 36 hours roughly, but you got to take into account like breaks and like sleep, and like I managed to do everything. So you can see here set up 27 alts. So the way I set it up, because I didn't know how long this was going to take, so I thought, all right, I'll set up 27 first and then we'll tick that one. So if we don't manage to get through all of them, then we can attack it this next week. But we managed to complete everything, so I'm quite happy about that. So really happy about setting a goal and achieving it. I think everyone needs to, I keep harping on about like set a goal. Doesn't matter what it is, just set a goal and achieve it. And just get into the habit of setting goals and then achieving it. Don't make like crazy big goals, just make little goals. Little achievable goals, like stuff you go, oh, I can do that. Like oh, I'm gonna mow the lawn this week, I'm gonna get my hair cut this week. I'm gonna just write down a list of things you want to do for the week, whether it's in game or out of, and just make sure they're achievable, and then just slowly do it. Get into the habit formation of making a goal and then and then achieving it. Really, that's all it is. But yeah, let's move on. Let's go to the community poll this week, and I put a question out to the community. I said, what's the biggest barrier to making gold in WoW today? And I got a generated sort of like responses. 46% of you, we had 105 votes, so we're actually having more people join in on the community polls on YouTube, so that's pretty cool. So about 105 people reckon a high auction house competition was the biggest barrier to making gold. I simply agree, because when I first started in the War Within, or before that, I was using Auctionator, and because I didn't really understand how Trade Skill Master works, or TSM, like I was like, nah, I don't know about it. I don't want to know about it. But like everyone's saying, oh, it's the best. But like, because I had a lack of knowledge and a bit of a fear to TSM, but now I use TSM, like, man, this thing is awesome. Like, what was I thinking? But like maybe going more into the future, we can make more TSM video guides. So give us a comment below, and if you want to see me, show you how to easily get started with TSM and making sales, and just to ease you in there, a bit of lube in there, get you ready for TSM, but like TSM is really powerful. So yeah, maybe, but even with TSM, it is competitive because you have to babysit your auctions. You got to do heaps of stuff. But yeah, we can talk about that more later on. Expensive crafting materials. 7% of you reckon the crafting materials are expensive. It is if you're calculating it just on raw materials in and out, and not working out the resourcefulness, multi-craft and all that. So that's where craft sim comes in, and there's so many things there. Like you got craft sim, you got to, and if you want to get competitive again, you go to thermaturge all of your reagents, and if you want to get competitive again, you want to snipe all your reagents. Like there's so many steps involved to become profitable, and if everyone starts doing all these steps, then that becomes normal. And then the barrier to entry is just too big, and then people just go, fuck it, just going to buy the WoW token. And I don't blame you. That's the way the system is set up, because Blizzard had made it so. But yeah, that's not to be negative, but like 29% of you said lack of knowledge about the market. Yeah, I'm agreeing. So like, I'm still learning myself, even though I'm spending all my time in the game. It's a big learning curve to learn everything, and like knowledge is power. Like, come on, like what? It's true. The more you know, the better decisions you can make. It's pretty true, man. So, but like, I'm trying to learn as much knowledge as I can. The more knowledge I can, it means I can condense that information into just actions to do in the game, just to simplify it again, or I can make videos and try and explain the concepts of every single thing, which I might do in the future when we get more time. Yeah, time is precious. But yeah, we had 19% of you said time-intensive farming requirements. What does that mean? I guess they're talking about the knowledge point grind, farming for knowledge points. It does take a lot of time. It does. But just remember, like I put in way more hours than the average person, and all of the conclusions all come down to buy the WoW token. Like literally, if there was a tier list, WoW token would be at the top. By design. Remember this. Don't try and kid yourself and say, oh, you know, that's not the whole point. Like, some people are like that, and I'm with you. Like the whole point for me is to set goals, achieve them. Like I know, like the quickest way, the most efficient way for me to get 100 million gold is to go and buy WoW tokens on each account, 50 WoW tokens a week, and just do that every week, and I'll reach 100 million gold in the easiest, efficient way possible. And I don't have to quit my daytime job. That's not what we're doing here. But yeah, we had some comments from Hydrax. You shout out to Hydrax. Yeah, he prominent Mythic Plus Aussie World of Warcraft streamer. Very cool guy. Got an awesome beard. He commented on the video. He said, "Oh, demand is down since we are a bit further into the season, so prices drop." I think he's right on the money. I think we're at that point now in the season where like, you know, the market's going down. People aren't playing as much, but you can tell, you know, especially when Blizzard are bringing out tomorrow the turbo fucking delve boost or some shit, and they're making it so like, oh, you want more extra levels? Oh, here's some dinars. We'll grind on this, that, and that. Like just trying to stimulate the economy, which is good for everyone, I guess. But like, you can tell that they're trying to keep people motivated to play the game longer, and you know, all this kind of stuff, you know. But he's right, demand is down. But the demand won't come back up until we hit a new season where we got new gear, fresh gear, new enchants, all that kind of stuff, recrafting. Demand's definitely going to go up, but like right now, demand is down. We're at the bottom of the market, yeah. So it's even harder to make gold right now. Way harder. So, but shout out to concentration alt armies. Doesn't matter through thick and thin, we're still making that bang and buck dollar. We're still making gold, man. Fucking hell. We had a comment from RMA or Laugh, I don't know. He said the fact that if you're not meta, let's say a goblin crafting rank 3 flask using one less expensive rank 3 herb, you realistically are out of said market. Yeah, yep. Because that's true, because concentration alt armies exist. I'm a prime example of that. I make flasks at the cheapest price possible than anyone else, and I use concentration to get there. So if you want to make rank 3, like rank 3 crafting is the top of the ceiling. Concentration alt crafting, the same materials are down here. So the difference between guaranteed rank 3 crafting and concentration crafting with rank 2 materials, that gap here is the profit margin. So if you're trying to make like 1 or 2% or even 1% up the top here, buying materials at rank 3, you can do it. But like if you're crafting with concentration, you're always going to, you know, you're always going to beat people that are trying to do, but obviously not in high volumes. Guaranteed crafting, you can craft all day, every day. But with concentration, it's every 4 days you can craft some. But really, like that's the concentration alt armies are the best in my opinion. You got to spend a lot of time and effort up front, and then you can slowly get profit over time. Instead of like, I got to craft all this shit now and then try and be competitive. You're competing against concentration alt armies, people like me. So yeah, but it's a good comment, but it's true. Proof of gold coming up now. It's a quick one, 4 minutes, but we're gonna go through and show you how much gold I've got now. So yeah, we do that every week. So we'll go check that out now. Righto, ladies and gentlemen, proof of gold time. We're gonna get straight into. We're gonna log into all 4 accounts. We'll do the 5th account last. Right. So I've put in. I've got my spreadsheet. Let's make it a little bit smaller. Oh, that should be right. It should be right. But yeah, we'll start off with getting the times, the money. So we'll open Altaholic on all 4 accounts. We'll try and do it this way to make it a bit more easier. So each account, so each week we record how much gold we have. So on the first account we got 1588,772. Okay, and on the we'll do the gold first, and then we'll do the time. So WoW 3 has 1593,879. Third account 1143,3 463. Oh, you probably can't see it. Hold on. Yeah, there we go. You can see it all now. 1143250. The fourth account has 1107305. Okay, so you can see here, that's what I'll put in. Let's do the time played. Okay, so time played. I will head back over to the other sheet and we'll put the time played in. Okay, so time played is 463. 5 hours, 55 minutes, okay. 81 days, 10 hours, 29 minutes. And just for the bottom, I'll get rid of this so you can see it. It's 24 days, 9 hours, 55 minutes. And then 22 days, 16 hours, 4 minutes. All right, beautiful. So that's all the information there. We can basically exit game at this point on all radio. We'll swap over to the main one now. So let's do WoW 6. So WoW 6 is my fifth account. Oh, I got a haircut number 1. So it's pretty short. I don't know if you like it. It's easier to maintain, that's for sure. If you cut it short, I reckon it's like if you go no comb, it's more maintenance. So like a number 1 is like the sweet spot if you want to have zero hair maintenance. And look, and I'm not bald yet, so I'm sort of blessed with not being bald. But let's check out the guild bank or the mobile bank. I'm pretty sure that's the same. It hasn't changed yet. Still the same. So we'll go gold tracking. Okay, we want to do the warband bank first. So warband bank next. Okay, so warband bank is 23095,722. So warband bank's gone up. That's good. We like that. Now we'll chuck in. We'll go alcoholics. So alcoholics telling me that I have 1145. 370. Okay, so that's all our gold put in. Let's put in the time. Time played is 16 days, or 16:15:8. 16:15:8. Okay, that's all our time chucked in. I guess we can log out now. We can exit the game on that. All right, so now that we've inputted all of our liquid gold is all we're tracking. Liquid gold, we're not tracking like items in the bags, transmogs, mounts, whatever. We're just tracking liquid gold and time played. So let's move over to the left here. Oh, we'll swipe left. Let's see how much gold we actually have. So we've got 30 million now, which is good. So 30.2. We'll write this down. The total gold is 30.25 million. That's good. The total gold earned in the week is 6 million. So 6,952,778. So that's good. Time, how much time we put in? We put 90 hours in. So that's not bad. Let's look at, so we had an average of 77.6k gold per hour. Not bad. So we can tick that one off. So in total, we've earned 11.177707. The balance is 251,084. So really we're about 11.1% towards our goal of 100 million. We're definitely we're on the last stretch now. We're definitely going up to 100 million. Yeah, but yeah, that's the proof of gold. We'll head back to the main channel now, or the main segment. So we'll see you there. Thanks. And welcome back from the proof of gold, mate. Hopefully you enjoyed that stuff. It's definitely important for me, but let's enough saying that. Let's get into the progression side of things. We're at 4.22 million, or 4.22%. Now we're at 11.17 million, or 11.17%. How's that? So we are hopefully going upwards from now. We need to get to like 119 million liquid gold to reach the challenge. I'm thinking once we get to the challenge, then do we need to keep counting gold every week? Maybe, but we probably won't have to put it on the thumbnail. Maybe we can turn the weekly recap into something else. We can evolve it. We'll see. But yeah, here's the progress map. So the red line is my projected, what I expected myself to be like, but the blue line is the actual. The pink line is the current trajectory. So up, down. So hopefully hopefully by the end of it, we're definitely past halfway. We're going to, as long as we're up here with the old mate, as long as we can get up to the top here, hopefully we can get it closer. We can reach 100 million before that. If we can get this blue line above the red line, like maybe up to this line, that would be cool. That's 125 million, this top line. If we can get to 125 million before the end date, we are laughing. We're cheering. So good luck to me. hopefully you guys have got similar goals, maybe not aggressive like 100 million, but even gold cap. Even set yourself a goal for getting 10 million gold. 10 million gold is more than enough money in the game to do anything pretty much. But yeah, here's the new goals. This is what I've got set up for this week. So level up a new alt army during the classic time walking. So this week, I think it's only for a week, but I'm not sure. But classic time walking, and that's the best time walking to do. And it's pre-nerf. So if you don't know, Blizzard are nerfing how easy it is to level in time walking going forward. I think from what I heard on stream, I think Jake said, shout out to Jake, he said, oh, you know, after the Burning Crusade, that's after that time walking, that's when they're going to fix it up. So who knows? And hopefully we can level up our alts quickly for the last time. Who knows? But we'll see. But yeah, thanks for watching the weekly recap with Goldson. I'm not really informative in terms of like news. Like there's other channels out there like Samicus. I get most of my news from Samicus because he reacts to all the other people, all the other content creators. So if you don't know who Samicus is, go and check him out. He's an American streamer and content creator on YouTube, and he basically he's a React Andy Blood Knight tank that does, you know, pug raids and stuff. He's cool. I like him. Like he's switched on, and I get most of my news from him and Wowhead, and mostly out of the chat, out of Twitch, really. So if I get told something, I'll be like, oh shit, I better go look at it, you know. And if it's, but I tend to only bring up stuff related to gold making. So like, yeah, that's my niche, gold making, learning, and just trying to figure shit out along the way. So if you are keen and interested, come check me out on stream, twitch.tv/GoldsonTV. You know, it's pretty easy to find nowadays. But yeah, have a good weekend, boys. Come check me out on stream. Say g'day. How you going? Yeah, give us a shout out, whatever you want to do. Come give me some shit. It's all good. But yeah, we'll see you next week for the weekly recap. Take it easy, boys. Have a good one. Alrighty, that's it for the weekly recap. Cheers for sticking to the end. Hope you got something from it. Want more updates? Follow us on X at Goldson_TV. It's all about the journey, and remember, slow and steady always wins the race.